It's time for the East Midlands Derby again. And somehow, guys, we're sitting top of the table. Before we get into today's episode, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Yeah, guys, so somehow we're sitting top of the table by a couple of points, actually. We're ahead of Norwich by 7 points. I really don't know what has happened. We've gotten to really good form. We're scoring a lot of goals, not allowing a lot of goals. As you can see, the last time we left was against Bournemouth. We went out and beat QPR 2-0. Went out and drew against Bristol City. We beat Barnsley 1-0. We beat Middlesbrough 2-0. We beat Wickham 3-2. We absolutely destroyed Watford 5-0. They did have a man get sent off in the second half, so I think that was partially the reason why we was able to destroy them. We do have a little bit of bad news, though. Kazim Richards out for the rest of the season, I think. He's out. Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season, which means we're kind of shuffling around a little bit at striker. I did bring up one gentleman that I've been kind of impressed with. He got 2 goals in the last match. It's Jaden Lawson. He's actually a left winger or left-hand side player that can play up top. He's looked really good in the match that we played him as the lone striker up top. As I said, he had 2 goals in that match. So we're excited about that. I mean, he might be able to be a person that we can bring up next season to play onto the squad. We do have another player, though. I signed another guy. Paid a little bit more for him. You know, like I've been kind of doing, which I think like I just have to get the level of player that we need. We brought in John Sauter. That's what I'm going to call him. He's 3.5-star, 4-star potential player, center back, formerly of Hearts. He's played in a couple games for us already. As you can see, played in 5 games. He's putting up a 7.22 for us. We did pay a little bit of money for him, $2.3 million. But to get one of these quality center back, it's been pretty tough to find them. I'm excited about him. He's a younger player. Look at him actually a little bit closer. Yeah, he's a younger player. He's 24 years old. He's got good first touch for this league. He's got good passing. He's a really good ball-playing defender, which is what I want. So I think he's going to be a player that we can really build around in the future. Today's episode, though, as I said earlier, we got the East Midlands Derby. That's going to be game number 2. But up first, we got Huddersfield. And then the East Midlands Derby. After that, I think I've got the squad picked. I might not. Looks like a pretty good squad to me. Nobody's tired. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I did. I picked the squad because we don't have a backup goalkeeper. Hey, let's do this thing. Well, let's actually go through the lineup. We didn't do that. All right, in goal, we got Marshall. Back 4 of Byrne, Edmondson, Sauter. And on the left-hand side, we got Buchanan. In the middle, we got, or defensive midfield, we got Bielik. We got Bird and Knight in the midfield. We got Dembele on the right-hand side. We got Uziak in the left-hand side. And we got Jaden Lawson up top. Seeing if he can do what he did last time for us. Hopefully he can. I'm really enjoying this Darby County save. I mean, obviously you think I would, but I'm really having a good time with it. Sorry, go and get a drink right quick. Sorry, the throat's a little bit scratchy today, and I just got done recording episode number 15 of club number 2 for the Journeyman save, so I have been talking a little bit now. So, needed a little drink to wet the whistle. And it looks like, hey. 1-0, sadly, before the first minute is up. We're down after the good form we've been in. I've said this before, though, we don't need to go up this year. It'd be nice to get the money, but we're going to come down immediately. We're not there yet. This upcoming off season, I feel, is a kind of a rebuild squad because we've got so many players on loan that are actually big time players for us. We're trying to get away from that a little bit by signing some guys like Sauter, I can't think of his name right now, Ryan Wintle. So we're trying to get some players into Dembele so we don't have to loan in as many players as we did this year. I think we're still going to have to loan in another center back and maybe a striker. but I would like them to be like, because like I don't see any point in wanting in Lee Gregory in on the game. Like in real life, I get it, totally get that, but I don't get it in game right now to do that again next year for us. So if we loan in another striker, I would like it to be somebody that we actually have a chance of signing in the future. But I don't know. I just don't know. Burton gets a goal. It's his 4th of the season, assist by Bielik. Burton's actually picked up a couple goals in the last couple matches for us. Yeah, I would bring back. I'd bring back Mingy also, or Clark, pending just on what finances is. I'd bring them back. Sign another center back. I've got a couple options that I like that have expiring contracts. That I think they're mainly Italians or Spanish. I think they're Spanish players now that I'm thinking about it. They're Spanish guys. I'm thinking about bringing some of those in, seeing which one we like the best after their contracts expire. Looking at some strikers as well that we would like to bring in. There's one or two that are end of contract kind of players. One of them is transferred listed right now, but I just don't want to pay the money to get him. It's not an expensive transfer list. It's just I don't want to pay for it. And I think bringing somebody like this guy that I'm talking about in alongside Dembele, alongside Jaden Mitchell Lawson and Kazim Richards, all being able to play the striker role, I think that'd be really good for us. I think that would fill that spot right there, and maybe a Loney. That's another striker that we can play. Dembele getting a goal. That was an assist by Mitchell Lawson, I believe. 2-1. Hey, Jaden Mitchell Lawson's been really good these 2 games he's played in. Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the season, guys, and our lead on the top of the table is going up. It's not going down by any stretch. It will be interesting to play the Nottingham game or the Forest game today, just because the last time we played them, they played a lot better than us. And we came back at the end and stole the game, salvaged the draw. So I don't know what's going to happen in that game. We are a little bit of a different team now than we was with them because we brought in a new center back and a new midfielder. But it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. But yeah, we're in really good form. That's the thing that's helped us out so far. And it's what I've talked about earlier with Football Manager this year. Once your dynamics get right, you become hard to beat. And that's what's happened in this save, really. I don't feel that we're the best in the league by any stretch. When I told the players that I'd be happy with mid-table, I would really have been happy with mid-table. But we got into a really good form, and we've just stayed in it. Players are enjoying it, so that really helps out. And it was weird, too, because earlier, Dembele gets a brace. It's his 15th of the season, by the way. Assist by Jason Knight. But earlier in the season, I had almost considered benching Marshall for Kelly Roos, just because Marshall wasn't looking good early on in this save. But our defense has been really stellar of late. So I'm glad I didn't make that change when I thought about it. Oh, by the way, I have found a goalkeeper that I want to sign in the offseason if he is released from his contract. It doesn't look like he's going to re-sign. It just depends on if we're a good enough club to sign him from the lower leagues. Kind of happy. I've never really done that. I don't usually sign players like we have in this save from the lower leagues as much. I'll bring in some foreign players to help out. But this save, it seems like we've done a lot of lower teams from League One's what I'm trying to say. And that's really worked out for us. So it's something that I want to continue to venture into a little bit, just because the work permits and all of that. This turned into a little bit of a ball game now. It's 3-2. I think what we're going to do is Jordan Ibe has looked really good, so we're going to move Dembele over to the left-hand side as the inside forward. Uziak's coming off for Jordan Ibe. Okay, Uziak is coming off for Jordan Ibe, as I said before. Knight's coming off as well for Sibley. Sibley's going to go on attack. We want to keep this lead. I think the next change we'll probably do is bring in Wintle. Probably in for Bielik is what I'm thinking. Max Bird's looking really good out there. I'd prefer not to take him off the pitch. I hope that wasn't that. I hope you can't hear that can sitting down. It looked like it picked up a little bit on the Streamlabs. If so, I'm sorry. Whew, that was close. That was very close. All right, I think it's time that we bring in Brian Wintle now. Get him on the pitch. He's looking good this season so far for us too. He had a weird start to the season because we play him in one game. I get the message, hey, he's looking a little tired. He needs a rest out there, so we give him a rest. He comes in as a sub in the next game, and I think we start him in that one, the game after that. So he hadn't had a lot of playing time, but I've been impressed with him so far. I'm excited about to see what his future holds here at Darby. If he's one of these players when we get promoted that we can sell back to the championship leagues, I'll be ecstatic because I think we got a bargain on him, really. And it looks like the Huddersfield has a little bit of a counterattack going on here. It looked like, was that Wintle that actually got that tackle? I think it was. It was either Wintle or somebody else. I seen somebody else near it, but I can't remember who it was now that I said that. A little bit of a closer game in the second half than it was in the first half. It kind of got boring in the first half. Looks like we're going to win this matchup, though. 3-2. Good win for us, guys. Way to go. I am really scared, though, that we're going to go up and we're going to get absolutely destroyed next season. It's time for the East Midlands Derby matchup now. We have changed up the starting lineup a little bit since last time. We have Marshall in goal, back for Burns, Suter, Clark, Buchanan. Defensive midfielder is going to be Wintle. We got Knight and Sibley in the midfield. We got Ibe on the right-hand side. We got Dembele on the left-hand side. And Jaden Mitchell Lawson up top once again. Starting as our striker because Chasm Richards is out. I was looking at some of the teams in the bottom of the championship, and I noticed that Sheffield Wednesday, I had forgot all about Jack Marriott. He'll be back next year. So we'll see how he's looking, and we may just need to look around at younger strikers or look at the strikers that we have in our youth team like Bobby Duncan, see how he's progressed out at loan at Notts County, if he's ready to make a huge step up into being our third choice striker as a young prospect that we can have. Not sure what to do about that. We might try to bring in a younger guy that's can be the starter up top over Jack and Chasm. We may still have to find a striker, but we do have another option available next year at that position that we had forgot about, depending on how good he is in the game. It looked like he was their leading scorer in the game. But it was only like 5 goals. They're really struggling this year, but I think he was their leading scorer with 5 goals this season. But meanwhile, Forrest is trying to hit it in. Marshall gets a nice save, gets it over to Suter. I looked it up, tried to figure out his name. I said it like 10 times, and now I can't remember it. I'm gonna have to keep looking that one up a couple of times. But we got Wintle here now with the ball. Gets it over to Jason Knight, over to Byrne. Byrne takes a shot. He gets it in. We go up 1-0. It's his 5th of the season. Jason Knight with the assist. And that is what you love to see. The Forest fans are silent over here at the very end. We are happy about that. As I've said, the past couple of games, Nathan Byrne has showed some a different element to his game with scoring goals for us. But a lot of our players have been scoring goals here lately since we've been on this good form. Get into the second half. I put Jordan Brown on the squad today. He's on the bench. He may come in for Nathan Byrne at some point. Jordan Ibe's looking really tired out there. Don't know if he picked up an injury or something along those lines, but he'll be coming out relatively. Yeah, he's picked up an injury. We're going to go ahead and make that change. Ujiak's going to come in on that side for us. I tell you what, no, he's not. Where is he? Tom Lawrence is coming in, and we're swapping those two guys around. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the change for Jordan Brown for Nathan Byrne. I know it's a little bit early, but I want to see what Jordan Brown can do. He's looked good at times this year. He hadn't looked good at times this year. So he's been a very up and down player, which is what you expect of from his age. Ball was ping. I'm not going to say that again. Tried saying it last episode, wasn't able to. Ball doesn't go in is what the main point is. Lawrence with it though. Lawrence is tried to sell him again and he got mad at me, so he's not very happy. I just think we can get some money for Lawrence and can bring in a couple players. He's looking for somebody. I think that was Jaden Lawson and couldn't get him. All right, so Dembele's getting tired out there as well. I think it is time that we go ahead and make that change for Uziak. Come in on that right-hand side. We're actually going to bring Lee Gregory up top as well. Jaden Mitchell-Lawson isn't looking that good. I mean, Lee Gregory has never looked good, but we're going to see if he can get something going up top as well. But it looks like we're going to win this matchup 1-0 is what I'm thinking, with Nathan Byrne being the lone goal scorer of this matchup. Got 5 minutes left, and we're throwing the ball in. Buchanan throws it in. Couldn't tell if that actually hit a Forest player and deflected off of him. Went up to Sibley, though. Bad pass by Sibley, and now Forest do have the ball. And they're going to try to do what we done to them last time, scoring in the extra time, get a draw out of this match. And they're working it in the box. They get it in the box, and it's to the left of the goal, which we're very excited about that it doesn't go in. Buchanan's looking tired out there. Jason Knight's looking tired out there, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get the victory 1-0 over Forest. We're continuing our win streak. Apparently, Tom Lawrence was the best performing player with an 8.2. We're just having the one highlight. We're going outstretched arm. Good victory, guys. Still sitting top of the table after this episode. 2 victories out of the 2 matches we had, so we're excited about that. If you enjoyed that video, though, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and thank you for watching.